Hey, what's going on, guys? It's your boy Serrano here. In today's video, we're going to be discussing the Moto P30 Play in 2020 against one of the best budget devices in 2020, the A3X from Umidigi. Now, both of these devices have a really nice form factor in the hand. They mimic the design and almost exact proportions of the iPhones. Now you can see on the bottom we have a headphone jack, speaker, and microphone as well on the A3X. Now we are getting glass on the back of the Moto P30 Play as well, with premium build quality across the edges. Now it does appear that we have the metal on the A3X as well, so that design with the metal around it definitely seems to be really premium and really nice with that glass on the back of it. Now these two devices do feature some really nice specifications for the money, and you're getting the Type-C charging port on the Moto P30 Play, and on the A3X you're getting the micro USB. Now we're getting 294 pixels per inch on the A3X, and on the Moto P30 Play we're getting 287. Now they both are 720 panels, and you can see that there are more dense pixels on the A3X, which is pretty crazy. But what you're gonna notice is that the Moto right here actually has really good gaming. This phone games really well. It has a Snapdragon 626 processing chip paired along with 4 gigabytes of internal memory, and it also does come with 64 gigabytes of internal storage. Now when using this chipset and comparing it to the Moto G Stylus, which I recently got, I actually think that this chipset, the 626, is actually a better gaming chipset than the Snapdragon 665, which is kind of crazy. But the A3X has a quad-core chipset, which is actually a 12 nanometer clock speed, and it's actually really cool because it's a Helio A22, but even though it's quad core, it can still perform really well. That's one thing I did notice. So honestly, that's kind of crazy about the A3X, is that it did have that capability to just perform with the quad core chipset in 2020, which was quite surprising. And I was honestly really impressed with both of the build qualities of these devices. So not only on the outside, but on the inside, they both were really good as far as overall quality that you were getting. Now we're actually getting a 3000 milliamp hour battery on the Moto P30 Play, which is nuts, but you're actually still able to get a full day's use with it. So I didn't have any issues with that. Also, it does have the Moto Quick Charge, like a super fast charging, which is really cool. So you can get it up to speed really quick. Now you can see that the Moto P30 Play performs really well. Not the Moto P30 Play, but the A3X does perform really well with the quad-core chipset right here with PUBG. So I was quite surprised with the gaming on this device for a quad-core processor, but it did come with 3 gigabytes of memory along with 16 gigabytes of internal storage. But when you put an SD card in, you could use it as portable storage, meaning that you could basically move all the apps to the SD card slot, which was kind of cool. So I was enjoying the memory options that it did offer, and the fact that it did give you that ability to actually move all the apps to it, which was really cool. Now when it came to the cameras of both devices, honestly I was getting a better experience on the Moto P30 Play. I was actually able to game really well with the P30 Play better, and I got 4K compared to the full HD on the A3X. So let's just take a look at the quality that I was actually getting on the A3X. As you can see right here, we were getting some pretty good quality on it. When you take a look at the video stabilization and the clarity and even the depth of field and the focus, there was some electronic image stabilization, but not optical image stabilization on it. So it was actually pretty decent. So I didn't have any issues with it. Now when it came to the footage on the Moto one P30 Play, you could actually record in 4K, and you can see it was really nice when it came to the footage in the 4K mode right here. So I wasn't having any issues with that. It was really smooth, and you can see that the quality was really nice as well. And I just took a picture on the A3X. One of the great things about both of these devices is that they're compact. They're under 6 inches, so a lot of people might have smaller hands, and they might need a more compact phone that can fit in their hand a little bit easier. Now both of these phones are really compact, and they're really good for one-handed use. So you can definitely get, some really good one-handed usability and user friendliness with this phone. Another thing I did like about the MOTO P30 Play is that it did come with the Dolby audio, which actually increases the sound quality and lets you tailor it to your own personal preference, which is really cool. Now you can get 4 times the zoom on the Umidigi A3X in 1080 30 frames per second, and it did come out pretty clear, and I did like the picture quality and results. But on the Moto One P30 Play, you're getting 8 times the zoom, so you're going to be able to get double the zoom in the shot, and it's actually really clear and stable as well. So I didn't have any issues with that, and this is actually 30 frames per second 1080, so it's really stable and it's really usable when you're using the footage. Now when it came to the front facing camera on the A3X, I didn't have any issues whatsoever. Stability and EIS was apparent and visible as well. And on the Moto One P30 Play, it was the same thing. It was really clear. The stabilization was really apparent also, and the clarity was good, so it didn't get too washed out in the background. But overall, these phones did have a similar button placement, similar design, but you were getting higher performance on the cameras on the Moto P30 Play. You were getting Android 10 on the A3X versus Android 9 on my P30 Play, but you can customize root and custom the ROM on the P30 Play and update it to Android 10 if you're that type of dude who likes to mess around with that type of stuff. I actually have a lot to learn when it comes to rooting and ROM, so I'm trying to get into that right now. But I definitely think both of these phones do match up quite well, and also do a really great job of fitting and tailoring somebody's needs in the 200 or less department of the budget phone. So if you're looking to pay under 150 for either one of these, you definitely are in the right ballpark. But if you found this helpful, hit the like button. Show your support and appreciation by hitting the bell icon as well. And I'll check you guys later. Later, crew. Peace.